using the shotgun finder. I am going to look for a sporting clay gun. I want it to be a break action over under, and max budget is $1,500. Looks like we have 6 options. What haven't we reviewed yet? Most of them, other than one. You can see it says TFL reviewed. I want to check out this Silvertip by Fusion Firearms. You've maybe never heard of them. Let's see what this gun's all about, starting right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Target Focus Life. My name's Steve, and today we have the Fusion Silvertip. Never heard of Fusion? I hadn't either. We're gonna dive into the company, into the gun, see what it's all about. You ready? Let's go. I'm excited to get into this review, test out this Silvertip. Now, Fusion is out of Florida, based out of Florida, but their shotguns are manufactured in Turkey. And you might be thinking, another shotgun out of Turkey. Yes, there are a lot. There are a lot of great shotguns that come out of Turkey, and there's some not so great. We're gonna dive into the Silvertip today, see what that's all about, but first with Fusion. Fusion, where they're a little bit different, is they do all their service, warranty work, parts, all that is based out of the United States. So if you end up having an issue, need to send it in for warranty work, need a replacement part, that's all here in the United States. They have all the parts inventoried, at least that's what they told me. I'll take their word for it. So that's kind of their claim, that how they're different than a lot of Turkish-made shotgun companies is right here in the United States, the service, the warranty work, the parts, all that is taken care of. But outside of that, what is this gun really made of? Before we get too deep, let's look what Fusion says about the Silvertip. If you're looking for a versatile, high-performing shotgun that combines modern manufacturing methods with old-world craftsmanship, the Fusion Silvertip over-under shotgun is an excellent choice. Its attention to detail and customizable options make it a joy to own and shoot. Its exceptional value and performance make it a must-have for anyone serious about upland bird hunting and sporting clays. The end. Let's first dive into the specs. This is part of the Liberty series. It's called the Silvertip, and this is the sporting version of the Silvertip. We have it in 12 gauge with a 28-inch barrel. They do offer it with 24, 26, 28, and all the way to 30-inch barrels. This is the 28-inch version. Has a 3-inch chamber. They say the weight is 7.6 ounces. But you know what? We got to check that out for ourselves. See if they're being honest here. 8.26 ounces. Now, obviously, when manufacturers put weight on websites, sometimes there's variation, barrel lengths, wood densities, that type of stuff. But that's off a bit. I gotta double check that. 8 pounds, 2.6 ounces. So yeah, a little heavier than what they said on their website, which is okay. Like, I'm shooting a sporting gun. I do want it to be 8 pounds. Ideally, the lighter it is, more felt recoil you're gonna have, which when you're shooting clay targets, you could be shooting several hundred in a day. And obviously that's not gonna give you an enjoyable experience. So weight aside, let's look at the dimensions of this shotgun. They said length of pull is 14.8 inches. I don't know about that. It looks like 14 and 11/16. Not quite 14 and 3/4 is length of pull. Now the drop at the comb and at the heel face, all that stuff is adjustable. There's the 2-post system inside. Loosen up with your Allen key and you can go cast on, cast off, and you can change the drop, which I've already done to this shotgun to get it pretty close to fitting me. Let's take a look at the trigger on this bad boy. We'll dry fire it first, see what we're working with. Crisp trigger, really no pre-travel. It's just right there, break. Let's try it like this one time. Oh yeah, it's a sub 8-pound trigger. I'm not even gonna guess, I'm so bad at that. But if I had to guess, I would guess this trigger is right around just under 4 pounds, 3 pounds, 12 ounces. Wow. Mechanical triggers, obviously, so we'll test both of those. 3 pounds, 8.4 ounces. Second trigger, 3 pounds, 3.6 ounces. Wow, I'm quite impressed with that. Let's give it one more. 3 pounds, 8 ounces. Wow, wow, wow. And 3 pounds, 4.6 ounces. So right around 3.5 pounds. I'm surprised by that. Usually these cheaper-ish Turkish-made shotguns, their triggers are kind of terrible. That's actually pretty decent. Really good, really good. I'm really impressed by that. Now, I did say cheaper-ish. This shotgun MSRP is $1,499.99. No, not 99. I'm just used to saying that. 95 cents. 95 cents. So about 1,500 bucks for this shotgun MSRP. So it's not quite as cheap as some of those Turkish-made shotguns you'll see. Is it worth the added money, the added benefits? There's several things going on here. We'll jump into that in a minute. But to round out specs, choke tubes. It comes with, well, it's got these two in here. Comes with this fancy case with 3 more choke tubes. So you have 5 extended choke tubes ranging from cylinder, improved cylinder, mod, improved mod, and full. So those 5 chokes. If we like this gun, we're of course going to switch them out for our Carlson's chokes that we have right here. We got them ready to go to throw in this gun if it passes the test. By the way, if you're ever interested in Carlson's chokes, we got a link to them with a discount code down in the description. So moving on from specs, let's take a look at the ergonomics. That's the look, the feel, the function of this shotgun. How does it feel in the hands? First thing I notice, it does have a right palm swell. I like that in a sporting gun for sure. As I reach for that trigger, it's very natural. The grip is pretty dang good. Maybe I wish it came down a little further so I could get my hand a little more square to that trigger. But I like the grip. It feels good in the hands, the forend. Pretty basic contours, but totally adequate, sufficient. I like to, as you know, if you've watched any of the videos, shoot with one finger out like this. Feels really good to do that. Kind of no matter how you grab it. It's a basic grip, but I really like the feel in the hands. Balance-wise, it's maybe a little light out front. Now, if I was going to choose this for a sporting clay gun, I would definitely go with the 30-inch barrel option. This 28 feels just a little light out front. We'll learn more as we get to shooting this thing. I have some basic thoughts already, but I'll wait. I've shot about 1.5 boxes through this. It's got a stepped-up rib, vented rib, brass mid bead, brass front bead. I like that. Way to go. You don't need to put a big old fiber optic on there, in my humble opinion. Put your comment down below. One thing I noticed at a gun at this price point that you don't see a whole lot is that it's ported. That should help with a little recoil reduction, muzzle jump potentially. So we got the ported barrel. I really like that. Top tang safety with barrel selector, very standard. Off to the right, top barrel first. To your left, bottom barrel first. The engraving on here, it looks good. It looks good. I mean, that's a personal preference thing. I like the detail that they put into it. I'm not the hugest fan of the kind of matte silver finish. That kind of keys off to me that it might be a cheaper shotgun. But overall, at the price point, it looks pretty good. Top lever has got some engraving on it. Obviously the sides are engraved, and then the bottom, you got some detail down there along with on the trigger guard. Gold trigger. As far as the wood goes, I kind of like this matte finish they have on it. It's a matte finish. It's a lighter wood. It's a standard wood. No high grade wood, obviously, on a gun like this. One thing I noticed too is the recoil pad. It actually has some flex to it. It's not just rock solid, which you typically find on cheap guns and sometimes even more expensive guns. Now, I have shot this a little bit. I don't want to ruin it for you, but recoil reliability, I've been liking the recoil on this shotgun. I did think that these edges, which isn't necessarily uncommon, but it feels really sharp on these edges. And just the way I was ejecting shells, my arm was rubbing on that. Ejectors, this gun does have ejectors, and they eject a long stinking ways. Mount's really nice, feels good in the hands. Decent swing. I like the way this gun feels, but enough talking. Let's get to some shooting. We got recoil and reliability. Let's load her up. Let's put our eyes and ears on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We get this question a lot. What ears do you have in? And I've tried a lot of different ears over the years, and I'm using these Axle X cores. They got their own little charging case. They slide in and out super easy. Bluetooth connectability. At a very reasonable price. Plus, I believe I got a discount code in the description. So check that out if you're interested. I've really been liking these. I do gotta say my preference is custom molded, but they're like 12, 13, 14, 1,500 bucks. for cheaper earplugs that work great, have some good functionality, I like these ones. I said enough talking, didn't I? Why do I keep talking? For recoil and reliability, I'm gonna be just shooting some target loads. They're the Federal Top Guns 1145 feet per second. So they're not the lightest target loads. They're a little bit heavier at 1 ounce and 1/8, but let's just take a couple shots here. Yeah. See, look at that. I mean, that's over 10 feet, isn't it? That's just crazy how far these things fly. The gun is a little tight yet, but it's been loosening up over about 1.5 boxes of shooting. I like it. Recoil is straight back. I'm taking nothing to my face. Pretty dang easy. Let's shoot a couple off the machine because it's always more realistic to do that. Here it comes. Oh yeah, crushed it. Chipped it. Got it. There we go. Finally getting on. It's taken me a little while to get on with this gun, figure out where it's shooting. But when I'm hitting clays, I'm hitting them pretty good. I've enjoyed it. I could shoot a lot of rounds through this gun without pain. So as far as recoil goes, I really don't have any issues with recoil. Really good feeling, good shooting gun. As far as reliability, that's gonna be a test of time. If you have the Fusion Silvertip or any of the Fusion firearms, put it down below in the comments. How's the gun held up to you? Have you had any issues? But I can tell you, because semi-autos, right, we look at how well do they cycle eject. I can tell you, this shotgun, Jordan's about 10 feet away. I mean, I landed right by his feet. It kicks him out hard. Good shooting gun. Really liking it so far. But let's jump in and talk a little bit about the quality. So anytime we have a Turkish-made shotgun from a company that I'm not familiar with, there is a little bit of hesitation. Fusion reached out to me, asked if I would review one of their guns. I said, send them on over and we will take a look, see what they're all about. And I gotta be honest, just to be transparent with you guys, they sent me a Silvertip. There were some things I didn't really like about it. And I had to go back to them and say, you know, I don't know if I wanna review this because of this, this, and this. How they responded means everything, I think. They said, hey, we're all ears. We wanna put out a good product. Give us your feedback. Let us know what you think. I did that. They went back to the drawing board, they reworked this gun, made some changes, some updates, some improvements, and I gotta hats off to them for doing that. I think the product they came out with here is much improved. I really like what they got going on for $1,500. As far as quality, I mean, if we break this gun apart, breaks apart like any standard over-under. We got the jeweled block. So first of all, on the barrel, the barrels are fully drilled. They're not hammer forged. I can't say I've done enough side-by-side testing to tell you that makes a difference. I like the concept of it. Other companies like Rite and different stuff, they fully drill their barrels because there's all sorts of stress and little fractures and stuff that happen with the hammer forging. That's why some companies cold treat their barrels and do different stuff like that. But just deep bore drilling these barrels seems to make a lot of sense to me. So that's what they do with the barrels. I don't think you're gonna have too many problems. I can't speak to their warranty service, to how that operates. Obviously, I don't have experience with it. Yeah, I think this is a gun that is gonna hold up. I don't have too many concerns there. Obviously, we're not talking high-end shotgun here. We're not talking the high quality of everything, but it's a good looking shotgun for the money. That is enjoyable to shoot, and that's a big thing for me. Obviously, I like a gun that looks real pretty, but a gun that's enjoyable to shoot, that's what really, really matters. And that shoots where you want it to shoot. I've been hitting clays decently out here. I'm not fully jiving with this gun yet, right? We haven't done enough dancing together to really get in that rhythm. There's a few other variations of this Silvertip. They have just the standard Silvertip, which is $11.99. Now, that seems to make a lot of sense. Turkish-made shotguns, you're gonna find a lot of them in that price point. So you're probably not gonna get, I know you're not gonna get the adjustable comb, probably don't have the ported barrels, some stuff like that. You're looking at a more basic version, but $11.99 getting into a over-under. I mean, that's kind of where you're at on a lot of shotguns. This one jumps up quite a bit, $14.99, $95. Remember, $95, not $99. And I'm guessing you're paying for the ported barrels, the comb, and the few different features like that. They also have a Silvertip Premium Upland for $12.99. So a few different options there. You know, instead of speed shooting, let's do some shooting out here on these Promatics. How well can I shoot it? Recover from the recoil? How well does it swing? The trigger? All those things we just talked about We're gonna put it to the test. It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota, so let's get to it. First things first, I'm sure these choke tubes are all right, but I'm gonna swap out to some Carlson's here. Carlson's made right here in the United States. They make some good stuff, a lot of years behind them. Let us try a 1 coming out here. It's kind of a quartering, but more straightaway target. And that 3 is a high looper. Oh yeah. I haven't put this gun on paper, but it seems like it shoots lower than I think it should. But that, probably about a 50-50, which is pretty common on sporting clay guns. Ooh, yeah. Now we're talking. Ooh. If I was gonna be shooting this gun on a regular basis, I'd like to put it on paper. Know exactly how I'm patterning. Now, some people have said in the reviews, why don't you put them on paper? It's not a bad idea. The thing I struggle with is consistency of what does it actually tell us? 2 guns that are the exact same could pattern a little bit differently. Your ammo matters, your choke tubes matter. It's a combination of things. So I don't know what all we would learn without testing several variables. What do you think? You think we should pattern the shotguns that we shoot? Put it down in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. We're open to suggestions. I mean, it'd be a lot more work, but hey, we're having fun out here, so what the heck? We'll do it. The Silvertip, after shooting a little while off the machines, and I shot it a bunch off camera, I'm liking it. I think for the money, it's a pretty good gun. I like what they did with the butt pad here. It handles recoil. That's probably the highlight of this gun. Handles recoil really well. It points nice, swings nice. Triggers are great. There's a lot to like in this package. I'm happy with it. I think it's a worthy option for sporting clays if you are on a budget. And if you're looking for a budget gun, and a company that is based here out of the United States that does the warranty work, that does the parts, and has stuff on hand for you. I would really love to hear from some of the viewers. Has anyone dealt with Fusion? Put your experience down in the comments, because when you share, we all get better. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya!